In the previous video, I asked you to modify your profile page so that it shows some additional CSS properties used on it. In this video, I'm going to show you the solution for all that. On the left, you see the way it looks right now, and on the right, you see the code for it. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you can see here that this heading is a little too big, and also it's at the very left. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to open a new window, and here I'm going to open the CSS file for this. Select all files and you see the CSS, get that, and here I'm going to convert this into a H3 and save that, refresh it, see what it looks like. So this is a smaller size now, and I think that's fine. And here I'm going to add an additional property called H3, in which I'm going to say margin left is 20 pixels. Save that and refresh it, and now we've given it the margin for on the left. This looks a little better. So the next thing I'm going to do is give this entire page a background color. So for this, what I'm going to do is go to the top of the page and say body, and here I'm going to say background color is RGB. So let's find out the CSS color code for purple. So you can see here that purple is RGB, these numbers. I'm going to copy these numbers, go to the CSS and paste it here. And now we looked at RGBA, so I'm going to add a transparency as well so that it's very subtle. So I'm going to give it a 2 transparency, and I'm going to save this and refresh it here. So the color is added as a background for the entire page. I think it could be a little more subtle. Okay, so this looks a little better, but still we can also do 0.01. That'll be very, very mild. And it's actually not even visible. So let's try 0.05. Okay, that looks a little better. We have a slight accent of this color in the background, and you can see the difference between having a white background and this, because this image's background is white and our page's background is different from that. So that's done. Let's modify the color of the heading and all these bold colors. Now if you look here, in each of these spaces we've given a B tag, and that's a way to target these bold names, and the H1 and H3 are easy to target. So what we can do is, let's go here, and here I'm going to say color. It's actually good to specify it in RGB coordinates. So let's specify purple in RGB coordinates. Okay. So the color for H1 is changed. You can see that it's changed. Let's also add this to the H3. Now H3's heading is also changed. Now these bold letters, we can target them using the B tag. So let's save that and refresh it here. So you can see that all of the bold letters have been converted to the purple color. So I think this looks fine. I also want to add a border to the image. What I'm going to do is go here, add a border of 2 pixels solid, and here we're going to give it the purple color again. Okay, and I'll also add the semicolon here. And there we have a border for it now. So now that we added the border and everything, we can actually notice that this image is not having any left margin. So let's give it that left margin. Save that. Okay, now it's got the margin, and I think this looks fairly nice now. So let's have a look at it in full screen. So this is fine, but the only thing is that all of the content is on the very left. Let's try to bring it to the center. So now let's try to see how to center the image. Now we've not yet looked at how to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and say how to center an image in HTML. Now remember, we talked about how Google is very helpful for programming. So if you don't know something, then you just Google for it. Okay. So I just Google for how to center an image in HTML, and it's given me all these things. So we'll try this one, W3 Schools. So what it's doing here is, in here, they're defining a class called center, and in the center class, they're giving these properties. So let's actually try this. I'm going to go to the HTML page now and give the image a class of center. And in the center definition, I'm going to copy this and go to the CSS. By the way, in here they've also given width. I've omitted that. So let's go here and refresh this. Okay, I haven't saved this, so let's save that. So now our image is centered. Now let's find out how to center these things as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to center the text on all of these. So for this, what we can do is, so H1 is already centered in this using text align. I'm going to do the same for H3. Now if you save this, you can see the H3 will also have the heading in the center. Now for these lists and the table, we have to do it in a different way. Let me show you how to do that. First, I'm going to put it in the div tag. And here we can also give it class center. So give it a class name of center to see if this class name will help center this content as well. So save that and try refreshing it, and you see that it doesn't. So we'll create another search query, how to center lists in HTML. So here I want to show you something very, very important. It's called the Stack Overflow, and no matter which programmer you ask, they'll say that Stack Overflow is one of the most important resources when you're stuck with a problem. Okay, so here somebody's asked how to center an unordered list. And here you can see that they've asked this question and somebody's posted an answer here with the code. So they've basically created a CSS selector using the element name and added this display table and margin of 0 on auto. Now why don't we just copy this and go to here. Let's remove this thing that doesn't work. And we can go here and paste this. Now you can see that that list is to the center of the page, which is fantastic. Now the next item is our table. So let's look at how to center the table in HTML. So here they've added a class called center, and in the center they have this thing. So what we're going to do is go to the CSS and define a thing called table. We don't need to add a class. We'll just add the table directly, and we'll say margin left auto, margin right auto. Okay, which is what is given here. If you see margin left auto, margin right auto, I've given that the table. Here they've added a class center and done it, but I'm targeting directly on the table because we only have one table and we want it to be centered. Let's refresh that. That you can see that it actually doesn't center. Now let's troubleshoot this. So here you can see that we have the table specified here, margin left auto, margin right auto, just as the instructions showed us, but it doesn't work. The reason is that if you come all the way to the bottom, we also have another table definition here. And this is an important thing for you to know. When you're writing CSS, this document will read from the top to bottom. So let's say we have table here and we also have table here. The CSS will take whichever is the latest information. And here the latest information will be this. So whatever appears at the last will be used, especially because we have margin left here. And here we have margin left as well. Now, one way to do this is we can remove this and see. Now it's centering the table. So this is the approach you'd use to center items on your page. Now you may wonder why I'm going to Google and searching for information when I should be teaching you HTML, CSS and everything. Shouldn't I be knowing all this myself? It's a fair question. And actually, I do know all of these things myself. But the reason why I'm showing you how to search for things is that it's very important for you to understand the process of being able to do things. And in programming, a lot of the times, you understand how to do something by figuring it out on your own, by doing Google searches and things like that. So it's very important to understand the process of how to look for things that you don't know. It's easy for me to tell you all the things that you need to know from this video, but when you are working on something, you should be able to find out the things that you don't know on your own. That's why I showed you how to Google for something, how to do trial and error. And this is how you actually will learn effectively. That's why I'm showing you like this. And it may seem clumsy or awkward at the very beginning, but once you start doing more and more things, once you start getting very familiar with the process of building something and all this, you'll be very fluent in the process and you can learn pretty much anything that you don't know using this process. So I did it like this just to make sure that you're familiar with the process of finding things that you don't know. I hope this was helpful. Please make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for notifications. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.